Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My Terra Volatile set came in and I'm so excited. This was my birthday present to myself this year. Went ahead and got the whole set because that's all they had available. I went back and forth a lot on whether I wanted all three of them or not. A little bit expensive, I'm not gonna lie. And then I also got the pocket edition of the book, and I thought I would do like a flip through while I'm going through them and kind of like making my deck. That way, if you are like me and you're scouring YouTube for walkthroughs of the decks, you can see all three of them at one time. I thought this mug for my tea tonight would be very fitting for the energy of this deck. Let's get into it. The book is wrapped so nice, I like almost don't want to open it. This feels really nice, so nice and soft. I mean, this is a hell of a book. Wow. I really debated on whether I wanted the like coffee table version of this, but at the end of the day, this one is going to be more practical, and maybe for my birthday next year, I'll get the other one. So love this. I cannot wait to dive into this. So we're gonna put that there, and let's open these up. Okay. Oh my gosh, they're so slick. All right, so here's the main deck. This was the expansion. Love the presentation. The packaging is immaculate. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so this is the extension, and it actually comes in a box like this. So it has extra space, like empty space over here, where you can store, I guess, like your alternate deck. Let's get this guy out. All right. There we go. All right, so I love this Chaos card. Primordial Chaos is one of my favorite concepts. We have the Fool. There's a female Fool, a male, and then we have Innocence. So those, and then this. Now we have the Magician. So we have the Alchemist. I know there's a backstory to this card and I can't remember what it is. I think it's really cool and funky. I actually kind of like it. We have this Magician. And we have the Juggler. Oh, there's another one. So we have the High Priestess and Intuition. Next we have the Empress, and I'm gonna cover her up for YouTube. Oh, and then there's also Fertility. 3 different emperors. So we have Authority. This is from the expansion. This emperor from the main deck. And then we have this emperor from the extension. The Hierophant. We have Dogma. This is from the expansion. The Pope from the main deck. We have the Hierophant from the extension. Next we have the Lovers. So we have 3 different versions of the Lovers. Main deck, we have this one. This guy looks like he's got a choice to make between his 2 lovers. And then we have the Crossroads. And then we have this Crossroads. So this one is from the extension, expansion, main deck. Okay, wait, there's another Lovers card. This is from the extension. I actually really like this one too. Next we have the Chariot, and then from the expansion we have Determination. I love that. And then from the main deck, typical Chariot. Okay, next is Justice, and there's actually a lot of Justice cards. So from the main deck, you have this traditional Justice, From the expansion, you have the Truth. And then from the extension, there is Adjustment. And then there is an alternative to this card that's almost the same. And then there's also this one, which I'm gonna have to read about this one. Psychostasia, the Hermit, and then there's Soul Searching. Oh, and then there's actually Time as well. Okay, next, turning over for now. Next is the Wheel of Fortune, and I love this Wheel of Fortune from the main deck. I have Fortuna from the expansion. Next, we have the Strength card, and there's actually 2 in the main deck. So we have Fortitude here, covering you, and then we have Strength. And I feel like this is a very feminine and masculine representation of the Strength card. This one is called Lust. The Hanged Man. We have our main deck, and then we have Perspective. I have really young kids, and sometimes they play with my decks, so I'm gonna have to be extra careful not to let them have this one. And then we also have this Prudence card. Really excited about the Death cards. From the main deck, we have this Death card. Love. This alternate from the main deck, which is Rebirth, and I am obsessed with this card. Extension, we have the Misery Collector. And then from the extension, this Dissolve card, which I'm also fully obsessed with. Next we have Temperance. And from the expansion, we have Art, which is also really beautiful. And then from the extension is Balance. Okay, next is the Devil card, and this one is, oh my gosh. So we have this guy from the main deck, and then I don't even know how to, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put you up. Can't even show it. We have Torment in the expansion. And then from the extension, there's the Dragon, and then there's also this one. I'm not even gonna try to say that. Next is the Tower, which is one of my favorite cards. So from the main deck, we have this Tower, classic. There's an alternative, Hubris, which I also love. And then from the extension, there is the House of God. I'm keeping all 3 of these. I love the Tower card. I can't explain it. This is another one of my favorites, the Star. So from the main deck, I have the Star. From the expansion, you have this Dream card, which I really love. And from the main deck, you have this typical Moon card. And then there's an alternative, the Labyrinth. From the expansion, you have the Descent, which is, this might be one of my top 3 cards in this whole deck. So I'm gonna keep all 3 of these. We have the Sun from the main deck. From the expansion, we have Poetry. And then we have the Mirror. Okay, here's another Sun card. There's so many things to cover. To Judgment, we have these 2, and then from the expansion there is another alternative. So there's 3. We have the Aeon. We have this guy. And we have this card from the main deck. So from the main deck, there's an alternative of the Universe. Ace of Cups. And the extension is the 2 of Cups. Main deck has 3 different versions. So we have the male-female, male-male, female-female, and then from the extension, there's this one. These are actually really funny to me. Like, her facial expression is like kind of cracking me up. 3 of Cups. So from the main deck, we have this beautiful card. And then from the expansion, this is the 4 of Cups from the main deck. And then from the extension, Five of Cups from the main deck, from the extension. Okay, I think I'm keeping you. Six of Cups. And from the main deck, we have this one. From the expansion, we have this one. And both of these have like different vibes to me. The Seven of Cups from the main deck. I love this. And then from the extension. Okay, next is the Eight of Cups from the main deck, and this one as well. Nine of Cups from the main deck. He's giving me a weird look, I don't know. From the expansion. And then from the extension, the Ten of Cups. So from the main deck. And from the extension, the Page of Cups. And from the main deck, we have the typical Page of Cups. And then the expansion, all of the pages are princesses. So we have the Princess of Cups. And I'm definitely keeping all the princesses. This is the Knight of Cups from the main deck. Knight of Cups from the expansion. The Queen of Cups. And then we have an alternate from the extension. The King of Cups. And then we have a King of Cups from the extension. I like this one better. It's the Ace of Pentacles, and the main deck and the extension look very similar, but I think I'm going to go with the main deck. Two of Pentacles. Then from the extension, we have this girl. Next is a Three of Pentacles. I think they call them coins, actually. Yeah, they call them coins, so we'll go with coins. So we have Three of Coins from the main deck. And then from the extension, Four of Coins from the main deck. And from the extension, it's the Five of Coins, pretty typical. From the expansion, we have an alternative. Okay, next is the Six of Coins from the main deck. From the expansion, we have an alternative. The Seven of Coins. I love this, and there's actually an alternative from the main deck as well. And I love this one too. So I'm keeping both. They're kind of giving me different messages. The Eight of Coins from the main deck. Then from the extension, the Nine of Coins. There, oh gosh, there is this one from the extension. I'm gonna keep her. 10 of Coins. Pretty typical from the main deck. Alternative from the expansion. Page of Coins. And then of course the Princess of Coins from the expansion. Next is the Knight from the main deck. The Knight from the expansion. The Queen of Coins. I love her. An alternative from the extension. Okay, King of Coins. Love this guy. And then there is an alternative from the extension. But I'm going to go with this one. Sorry, there's another King of Coins. Oh my gosh. Ace of Swords from the main deck. Ace of Swords from the extension. The Two of Swords from the main deck. I love this. And the Two of Swords from the extension. I like both of these. Okay, next, the Three of Swords. You have your typical Three of Swords imagery from the main deck. And then an alternative, this one. Next, the Four of Swords from the main deck. So beautiful. And then this guy from the expansion. Five of Swords from the main deck. And this one from the expansion. Six of Swords. Another one of my favorite cards. From the main deck. From the extension. The Seven of Swords from the main deck. And from the expansion. And I'm going to be keeping this one. I love that. fox. So cute. Eight of Swords from the main deck. And then from the extension. From the extension, we have this one. The Nine of Swords from the main deck. And from the extension, the Ten of Swords from the main deck. And from the extension. Wait, there's another one. Okay, so there's three. Page of Swords. And then, of course, the Princess of Swords, keeping her. Knight of Swords from the main deck. From the expansion. The Queen of Swords from the main deck. And Queen of Swords from the extension. And then the King of Swords from the main deck. And the King of Swords from the extension. The Ace of Wands from the main deck. And the Ace of Wands from the extension. This is the Two of Wands from the main deck. And there is a Two of Wands from the expansion. It's the Three of Wands from the main deck. I love this. This is really pretty. And the Three of Wands from the extension. My deck is getting a little thick. Four of Wands is from the main deck. And the Four of Wands from the expansion. And these are both so different. I think I'm going to keep both. All right, Five of Wands from the main deck. And then there's an alternative from the main deck for the Five of Wands. And these are also both so different. I'm keeping both. Okay, Six of Wands from the main deck. And then from the extension, there's 1, 2, Six of Wands. And the Seven of Wands from the main deck. And from the expansion. And I'm really loving this one from the expansion. Okay, from the main deck, the Eight of Wands. They have 1, 2. And then from the extension, we have this one. I love them. I would read these all slightly differently. So again, we're keeping all of them. Nine of Wands from the main deck. The expansion, I think this is one of those cards that people are really divided on. And then from the extension. And Ten of Wands from the main deck. And from the extension. Oh gosh, I love both of these. Page of Wands from the main deck. And the expansion actually has a Page of Wands as well as a Princess of Wands. In the main deck, the Knight of Wands. And then from the expansion, we have a Knight of Wands. The Queen of Wands from the main deck. And then from the extension, we have this Queen of Wands. I think I'm going to keep her. Next is the King of Wands from the main deck. And then from the extension. Okay, and then we also have this King of Wands as well from the extension. Okay, so this is the Vessels suit, which I'm not as familiar with. So I'm just going to go strictly based off of my first impressions. I guess this would be the Ace of Vessels from the main deck. And from the extension. And I like the colors on this one. Two of Vessels from the main deck. And from the extension. Three of Vessels. Wow, this card is absolutely beautiful. This is from the main deck, and then from the extension, obviously keeping this one. Have the Four of Vessels. Wow, this is a cool card. I love this. I can't wait to read about these. This is from the main deck, and then this is from the extension. Then we have the 5 of vessels from the main deck. And then we have the 5 of vessels from the expansion. 6 of vessels from the main deck and from the extension. Okay, and then we have a third 6 of vessels from the extension. The 7 of vessels from the main deck and then from the extension. Next we have the 8 of vessels, so 2 from the main deck and then from the extension. 9 of vessels from the main deck and then from the expansion. Oh, I love this card. And then the 10 of vessels from the main deck and then from the extension. The page of vessels and the princess of vessels. The knight of vessels from the main deck and the knight of vessels from the extension. Become the queen of vessels from the main deck and then the queen of vessels from the extension. We have the king of vessels from the main deck, our last card, and the king of vessels from the extension. We have the extra cards, so from the expansion we have yes, and then we have no, which I love this mandrake. Love both of these. And then we have, we're asking the wrong questions. And then from the extension, we have rise and shine and chill out. Obsessed. Okay, this may have gotten slightly out of hand, but I feel like this is actually pretty typical for the size of my decks once I mix them together. These are really slick. Like, look how just buttery smooth that is. And I may have a little trouble shuffling this. I may like whittle this down just a little bit more. I am so excited to use this deck. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this here. I hope that this was helpful and I'll catch you guys later.